Welcome to Mr. DK TV, how to produce meditation music on your MPC. So no matter if it's an MPC Live 2, MPC Live, MPC X, MPC 1, Archive Force and so on, or MPC Key, you name it. More about this after the intro.
Mr. DK.
The first thing you should know about meditation music is to dial in the right frequency. So there are different frequencies that can be used in meditation music or within meditation in general. So there are certain healing frequencies, but the most common one is the 432 Hz frequency. So the music has been changed in the past from 432 Hz to 440 Hz for a certain reason. But I don't want to go that deep into this topic. But the thing is that music that is in 432 Hz has a completely different feel than music which is composed in 440 Hz. And I have done a song recently, a meditation song, meditation reggae dub in 432 Hz. You can check out this video right here if you want to hear it. So how can you dial in this frequency in your MPC? One very easy thing to do, this is how I'm doing it, you just reduce the tuning by 32 cents. And I mean the fine tuning and not the semi-tuning. So this is point 1, using the right frequency. Point 2 is also very important, and point 2 is to use the right instruments. So it is better to use organic sounding instruments. Also you can use a lot of sounds that are very nature-like or where the source is coming from nature. So you can use, let's say, very interesting sounds like birds. So if you are listening closely, you can hear wind noise and some birds here in Africa. So you can use the sounds that are surrounding you. This is a very good thing to do. So this is an advice I would give to you, to use nature sounds. And this is because it will help the people, it will help the listeners to connect with Mama Earth. And this is very important. So then you can feel the connection to the earth again, which is very important during the process of meditation. And then there is point 3, and this refers to the tempo of the music. You have to use the right tempo. So let's say a tempo between 40 BPM, so 40 beats per minute, and 85 beats per minute. So for example, the heartbeat of a human being is between 60 and 90 BPM. If we compose in a tempo like this, it feels very close to our natural heartbeat. And this will calm down your inner child, and it will calm down your feelings, and you will get in a certain mood for meditation, which is very good and very necessary. This is an important thing which we want to achieve by listening to meditation music or by creating music for meditation. Point 4 is also very important. When you compose meditation music, it's very good to be in a natural surrounding. Go outside, create your music in a natural surrounding, which is very good for making meditation music. For example, I got an MPC Live 2, and I can bring this device wherever I am. So for example, I go to the beach for making my beats, my meditation music, or I go to the mountains. And by doing this, I'm going to find inner peace, a very good, calmed down surrounding, an atmosphere which has an impact directly on my music as well. So when you create music like this in a studio environment, you can do this of course, but you have to be in the right mood. And for me it is best to be in nature, to be outside. So just imagine in this park I could bring my MPC Live 2 and start creating music. So this is something which is very good and a very positive step for making meditation music, or generally speaking for making music which has a bigger influence, because I have the strong belief that everything that is surrounding you has an influence on your music as well. Point 5. Keep it simple, because you shouldn't overload your song by using too many instruments, too many complex things. Keep it simple. Just focus on the very important parts of meditation music. Don't put too many things inside, because less is always more. Use simple melodies, use simple chords, and focus on the feeling that you want to bring to the listener. And it is also good to use instruments with a long sustain. Shorter sustains are more stressful. It is better to use instruments that ring out naturally, so that you don't have very short sounds, because in a slow tempo it's good to have a longer sustain in general. So that's why I would go with instruments with a longer sustain. So keep that in mind. When it comes to scales, you can experiment with pentatonic scales, for example, but very often you should focus on very positive sounding scales, like C major, G major, for example. But you can use other scales as well, so use maybe pentatonic scales, or you can use also model scales for a spiritual feeling. So the spirit is very important in meditation music, right? Now we come to point 7, which is also a very important point. All these points that I have mentioned are important and are very good tips for making good meditation music. Please focus on organic dynamic. What do I mean by that? I mean that you don't use any surprises that are going against the process of meditation, because they are disturbing. Don't use sudden changes in the music. Keep it consistent. And this goes also for the volume. Don't have too much going on. The volume can maybe increase a little bit over a certain period of time, but please don't overdo it, and please don't have too much volume changes in the music. So it should be very consistent, because this is supporting the meditation. It shouldn't be distracting. So this is the key thing what I want to mention. And I think with these things you have a lot of tips and tricks how you can produce meditation music. And I have a very important thing for you. So if you are looking for certain sounds and instruments, I already have a lot of MPC expansions that you can use for meditation music. For example, I have a handpan expansion, I have a tongue drum expansion with very rare sounds that you can use. Also very authentic drums like Nyabingi drums, which are very authentic and natural sounding. I have sampled them on my own. They have been produced especially for me, and after that I have recorded these drums after they have been produced for a period of about 1 year, especially for my expansion. I have sampled them and recorded them and edited them and put them in a certain and special MPC expansion. And the same thing is with my tongue drum expansion, which I have recorded on my own, and my handpan expansion and the handpan scales that you can find, which are very special, and you can use them in meditation music as well. And you can switch the tuning from 440 Hz to 432 Hz very easily by just dialing in fine tune by -32 cents. Check out my MPC expansions on soundspremium.com. Also consider subscribing to my newsletter, which is for free. You can find a link down below in the video description, and also in this corner right here, where you can click on this link and where you can sign up for my newsletter, and I will send you a discount code where my product is out, so you will benefit from this and there is a value to it. I don't send out spam, so just feel free to subscribe to my newsletter, which is very important for you and for me, so that we can stay in contact. And there will be a certain MPC expansion as well. And I'm also working on a meditation virtual instrument as a VST and AU plugin. This will be coming up very soon. And my MPC expansion is called Vortex Frequency. This is the cover of the expansion, which is coming out very soon for the MPC, which is especially made for meditation music. I will keep you updated on this. Sign up for my newsletter like I've said, and we will see each other next Sunday, 9 o'clock, Mr. DK TV. I'm out of here. Blessings.